So on the Greens push, I mean, I suppose this is a government question for the government anyway, to get 25,000 extra social homes, social housing buildings into the system. I mean, what would be a problem with that? I mean, it wants to cap rents to at 25% of a wage. I can see issues there, but what about that first point?
Well, let's face it, social housing is the responsibility of the states, and the states have failed in their responsibility to build more social housing. The government has thrown so much money after this problem, but they haven't done it with any milestones or conditional payments. They've just simply thrown the money out there. There was an additional $2 billion as part of the Housing Australia Future Fund deal that they did with the Greens. Where's that gone? Because we haven't seen any more social housing being built. Now the Greens want even more. But on top of that, they also want changes to negative gearing. They want changes to capital gains tax. We know that. They've said it from the start. And
even though they're winding that back now.
But the government's gone out and costed it, haven't they? We know that the government's gone out and costed it. That's been revealed. So we know that the government is actually considering it in the back of their mind. They want to know how they can do a deal here with the Greens. That would be a disaster. It's also bells the cat for what we might see in the case of a hung parliament, which is why we cannot afford to have another term of a Labor-Greens coalition.
Let's just get to Future Made in Australia, because Jim Chalmers wants to introduce a bill to provide tax incentives to produce hydrogen and critical minerals. Would you get behind that?
Well, we've already said that we won't be supporting production tax credits for enormous organisations to already do what they are already doing. This is simply throwing money after companies to do what they're already doing. And particularly for green hydrogen, even one of Australia's richest people, Twiggy Forrest, has walked away from green hydrogen because it is uncommercial. This is throwing good money after bad. There is so much more that we could do in the energy and minerals and resources space that would actually make a difference. And this is not it. The most important thing that the Minerals Council and indeed the resources sector is crying out for is industrial relations reform, because the industrial relations reforms that this government brought in are making their life more problematic. It's seeing big resources projects simply move offshore because of decisions that this government has made and its anti-productivity agenda.